guys, so this is the first proper talking voiceover video that I'm going to be doing on this channel. I just wanted to show the type of paintings that I've been doing recently and really enjoying. You can see them all over my Instagram, which you'll see in the end card and down in the description. It's basically Disney watercolour outlines. I drew the outline digitally. I'll put up some reference pictures that I used of Jafar and Diago. This is of Jafar, because I wanted to do a line of villains. I printed that out because I just really prefer drawing digitally. I was just rubbing out the outlines to make it a lot less faint, because you can still see the pencil through watercolour. And now I'm using liquid latex as a masking fluid. You can do this, but I don't know whether it's got a higher chance of ripping the paper when you peel it off, but it definitely leaves like a faint yellow stain depending on how long you keep it on there for. So yeah, you can choose masking fluid, but I've already got liquid latex from doing special effects makeup and things like that. So I tried it out one time, it worked, so I'm going to keep on using it, to be honest. And the yellow outline won't bother me when I do sell these. I don't know where, whoever wants one, please buy one. I scan it through my printer and I'll digitally go around it again anyways to make it nice and clean and make sure the background is just completely white, not textured. Do not use a brush that you like to use a lot with liquid latex, because it destroys everything that it touches. I'm just going around the outline with the liquid latex and leaving it to dry. And at this point it is quite dry. There's just a few little bits that I went a bit thicker, that are like still quite damp or tacky. So I just wanted to blow it with the hairdryer a little bit. That was close. I'm going to move that. I was knocking it off with a liquid latex. Well, shit. Okay, and now I'm just obviously selecting what kind of colours that I want. I try and keep in the same range that the character already has. So like Jafar, he's got a red, dark red cloak. He's got a lot of like black, so like in his, is it a turban? I think it's a turban, and obviously his beard and things like that, and a lot of like kind of more of a gold than a yellow, but I'll go into that later. So first I'm laying down some water first and then putting some of the paint on top of it. And these are Winsor & Newton, I don't know, watercolour tube paints. I don't know the exact name of it, but I know they're definitely Winsor & Newton. I got them as a present, so I can't tell you how much they cost. I know that Winsor & Newton is a bit pricey for paints. And now on this part, I've let the first layer completely dry, and what I learnt the hard way is that with watercolours you need to work in layers, and it's a very slow and annoying process. So if you're very impatient, you can just dry it with the hairdryer again like I did. But I'm just deepening them colours, and it's gonna look a lot nicer when it has a lot more vibrant colours for a watercolour painting. So I just kind of use less water with the paints, but I'm not just using it straight out the tube kind of thing with just a wet brush, and just layering them in the same place and then slowly blending them together A lot of people say that don't let the paint dry when you're layering, but I've literally put reds in some places that have dried and then put pink next to it, and I've blended it together perfectly fine with a wet brush, so I don't know what's that. To go in with that gold feeling, I'm just adding some of my metallic watercolours in gold. I got them from Amazon. I got the coloured ones and I got the kind of more gold range. I just really wanted to show, because he's very royal, even though he's obviously a villain, he's very royal, so obviously you think of like gold and riches, and he has his golden staff with the snake. Now I'm taking off the liquid latex, and if you can see, if the blue line is the liquid latex, and then the red line is the motion that your finger is going in. Do it like that. Don't rub with it, because you'll rip the paper. Don't pull the paper, like I'm doing right now, like a complete idiot, and ripped off Iago's head. Yeah, don't do that, because you will definitely rip the paper, at least with the liquid latex. Again, I don't know what the masking fluid is like, whether it's basically, I used liquid latex because it's basically the same thing in my eyes, except obviously it's meant for it, so they obviously have some different things going on. And I know I'm using dirty paint water to clean up some of the edges. I know. I'm definitely always aware of my surroundings, as you can tell. I was just trying to stick down some of the paper with the water, because I've done that before and it works quite well. And then if you apply some paint on top of it, it'll just kind of dry down, so it's not going to be sticking up. Using a tiny little brush to go around the edges again, just to make sure everything's clean, because it masks off the majority of it, especially if you just kind of do it roughly like me, just to make it a lot more cleaner. Literally just taking pictures for Instagram. You can check out my Instagram at @thedigitaldead and see the beautiful pictures that have come out of this, as well as all of the other Disney airlines that I have done. Now I'm simply peeling back the masking tape, which is also terrifying because you can also rip the paper. 9 times out of 10 you're going to rip the paper. Something that I haven't actually done before. I'm actually trying to flatten it because they actually curled quite a bit than I'm used to. So I just wet the back of it with a damp sponge, not soaking wet, turn it over, and then basically flatten it down with a bunch of heavy things. And I'm just zooming in here so you can see it's completely flat, because before I put another box on top, it was just kind of, it was flat but the edges were crinkled. Make sure it's completely flat to get it as flat as possible, and then leave it to dry. And now, before you ask, I know I'm wearing a digital glove, I suppose it's called. I don't know. It's because I actually have some sort of, I'd say it's a phobia, but it's just me being weird. I don't like the texture of paper on my skin, especially if I have dry hands. So like as soon as you finish washing your hands, they kind of go dry. I have to constantly moisturise my hands. So people who constantly have clammy hands and you moan about it, I wish that I had clammy hands so they wouldn't be dry, so then I could touch things like paper. I can still touch it if I'm like not thinking about it and I've moisturised my hands, but yeah, that's why I wear that, to stop me touching the paper and cringing. And now I'm doing the calligraphy. I really love doing calligraphy lately. It's I find it the most relaxing thing about painting that I've done right now, because I've kind of shifted right onto digital for a while. And then I saw calligraphy. Well, I saw about more watercolour things, and I was like, I want to try and get into that a lot more, because when I painted it was mainly just acrylic paints. I would use watercolours, but I'd kind of, I suppose I would mix them with the acrylics to make it a gouache, which sounds really bad and you're all probably going to cringe. And right here I made a mistake. I realised that that word was not going to fit there the way I was going to do it. So, but yeah, and then I saw calligraphy, and then I put them together with the Disney things, and I really enjoyed the calligraphy now. And here I'm also using the golden watercolours. I'm using the red gold in this palette for the lettering. I believe to add some sparkle to the watercolour ones, it was the yellow gold that I used. This is basically the end of the video. It's going to carry on playing the rest of this calligraphy, show you some close-ups, and then it's going to be done. So I hope you enjoyed. Please like and subscribe if you liked it. Leave me a comment if you want to see more like this, if you want to see more of the Disney things, and so on. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video.
You break these fears, 'cause you align with all the rhythms inside.